Welcome to r/entitled people, where we share stories from your lives about people who think the rules don't apply to them, and they should get what they want. Thank you, friends, for subscribing to the channel, and for so many likes. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story, TikTok fame versus fast food, when a customer's quest for fame fails miserably. The second story, bartender takes a stand, banning the nightmare regulars from hell. The third story, the ultimate retail revenge, quitting and leaving your boss in shambles. The first story is, TikTok famous customer gets booted. Me equals me. DJ equals TikTok a-hole customer. C equals coworker. Apologies for any spelling or grammar errors. I work morning shifts at my place and am running on Indian food, coffee, and a whopping total of 3 hours of sleep. So I work fast food, and recently we've had a large influx of really awful customers. I'm talking people cussing us out on the daily, requesting refunds over petty inconveniences. However, we also now have a new district manager for our chain. Now, the old one was great, but the new one has given us free rein to call the police on customers once they get to that level. I've literally had a customer not accept a packet of jelly because I put it on the counter for her instead of her hand, though her request for fresh jelly from the back has since become a running joke. But that's enough of a forward. Anyways, so today is business as usual, understaffed, undersupplied, and serving SH food. But hey, the pay is decent and the people I work with are honestly mostly great. Eventually we switch to lunch, and half an hour later he comes through the drive-thru. Now I ring him up, ask for his drink and what size he wants, but then he tells me the price on the screen is wrong. He says the menu says the price for the combo is lower, but the price he reads is for the sandwich. I tell him as much and that I'm sorry the menu is wrong, but unfortunately the price on the screen is the right one. He tells me I need to honor it. You know, the wrong price. I tell him I can't do that since it's not the correct price, but he presses on that he needs to honor the price on the menu. Anyways, he tells me he'll speak to me at the window. Oh joy. So he pulls up and shows me his phone, and you know what? I'll be deed. The menu really is wrong, and I had thought he was actually just reading the price wrong. I apologize and tell him that unfortunately there's still nothing I can do to change the price. DJ, alright, bring out your manager. I want to talk to him. Me, he can't change it either. DJ, you have to bring your manager either way. Me, no I don't. He's busy cooking food for all of our other customers, and he literally has no way of doing what you want him to do. At this point, DJ laughs and leans into the window. DJ, you know, I'm on TikTok. I'm pretty TikTok famous. This'll make great content if you don't change it. Me, unfortunately, I don't make the price. If you want them changed, you'll have to talk to corporate. He laughs and says fine and pulls up. Now I tell my boss we have an a-hole on the loose and get back to work serving the customers in the drive-thru. A few minutes later, the guy walks around towards our menu, assumably to get his good content, and or cause a scene. Anyways, 5 or so minutes later, I can hear him talking to my coworker who's handling the lobby orders all by herself, since we are, as previously stated, extremely understaffed. She gets flustered pretty easily, so I head over to step in before being called to the kitchen by my boss. As I do, I say to C loudly enough that DJ and the rest of the lobby can hear. Me, don't worry, he's TikTok famous. Anything for the celebrity. The guy is filming himself, me and my coworker, while causing a scene during a rush, and he did a mock gasp when I was called back. I can only guess because he thought I was told to do what the guy told me to do. Instead, boss tells me that he has to pay or leave since he's been harassing my coworker and annoying the hell out of the other customers, and that I should call the cops if he doesn't leave after 2 minutes. That's his timer. So I go back out to resume banging my head against his TikTok famous wall of a flat brain. DJ, so you gonna change my price? Me, no, once again, I have no way of doing that. DJ, hey, that's false advertising. You have to honor the price. Me, the computer literally will not let me change the price. I absolutely can't do that. No one can, it's impossible. DJ, fine, just ring me up for something cheaper and give me that combo. Me, I can't do that. We need to keep track of our inventory, and that's not how it works. We go back and forth for a minute or two as I try to get it through his skull that we literally can't do what he wants. During this time, he's filming me and my coworker and talking to his phone about how he's being reasonable, and we're being rude and not fixing our mistakes. My boss, who's been watching and listening from the back, Tells me his time is up and to call the police. Me. Alright, pay or leave, that's it. DJ. Seriously? You're kicking me out after you're the ones who made the mistake? That's not how it works. Me. Alright, you have to leave now. At this point, I just walk to our phone and pick it up. Not dialing yet because that's usually all it takes. Anyways, the guy gets the hint and leaves. So now I'm left trying to save the drive-thru that I'm running solo, and am now several cars behind on. Luckily, everyone was super understanding since they had seen this D walking around the store causing a scene and talking into his phone. A group of young guys were even roasting the guy's car and laughing their A's off when I told him he threatened us with his TikTok fame. Moral of the story, I'm really glad I downloaded TikTok over the weekend because I was able to find the pierced a-hole's video with me in it, and it was conveniently edited to only show me saying no and threatening him with police. Save the drive-thru though. Quick edit. Realized I didn't talk about the price at all. The prices for the burger alone and combo were switched, so it read the combo as $4.89 and sandwich is $7.89. I feel like that's pretty obviously wrong, and I apologized to the guy for the menu being wrong, but he wouldn't hear it. Mind you, I 100% would have done something for this guy had he been chill. I probably would have given him a drink and fries anyways, but he was a D. Also, the man has thousands of dollars worth of piercings on his face, so he made a conscious choice to cause a scene and harass us for that $3 difference. Well, here comes a TikTok famous customer getting his share of fame at the local fast food joint. It's so nice to see some stars trying to use their status to get everyone around them to agree with them. Really, in this case, he couldn't even figure out the menu rules and prices, and started creating a scandal over $3. Yeah, that's definitely worthy of TikTok attention. And then he decided to record the whole story for his account, hoping it would become a viral video. Cheap editing that doesn't tell the whole story. What an idiot. And your reference to the police was a real touch to this comedy. Some people think their internet fame entitles them to special treatment, but the rules are the same for everyone, and this was a wonderful reminder of that fact. Hopefully, DJ has learned to respect the rules and other people after this unpleasant situation. The second story is, regulars from hell are asked not come back. I, 25 female, am a bartender at a wing restaurant. I've worked there way too long, and in my years working there, I've had a couple that regularly comes in. They're my least favorite table to take care of, but of course I'm polite, as it's my job to do so. So they run around me, will literally ask me something, then ignore me to make out with each other while I'm standing there. They don't tip, and my favorite thing they do is order food to eat till they're full, then demand it get taken off the bill because they didn't like it. Well, they came in last week during a football game, and my rail was full, so they had to take a table. They wanted a different table, but it was football Sunday, and we didn't have a single table open, and there was a wait. I informed them of this politely, and they demanded money off their bill, since they couldn't sit where they wanted. I ignored it and just walked away. Then they were ready to order, and let me tell you, they put any modification or specifications they possibly can in hopes it gets messed up, and they don't have to pay. Even wanted a discount because we didn't have avocado for her burger. At this point, I'm frustrated. I have 7 other tables and a full bar rail, and I'm responsible for every beer or mixed drink being served in the entire restaurant. I take their order and walk away. They see a table open on the bar and run for it without asking. Whatever, I don't care, move. Food comes out and I made sure they had refills, silverware and napkins beforehand, so I wouldn't have to check on them right away. I wait till I see about 3/4 of their meals are gone and go check on them, and of course I get this wasn't cooked right. I didn't like it. We don't want to pay for this. I need it remade and put in a to-go box. To which I replied, you ate the majority of your meals, and I can see from here your burgers were cooked extra well done, just like you asked. You do this every time you're here. I'm sorry, but we won't be taking anything off your bill. Of course, they ask for a manager who tells them the same thing. They then go on a rant about how we're all racists. They're African American, and hate them all, because we won't give them food they ate for free. I'm absolutely fed up at this point. In the middle of their rant, I put the bill on the table, and woman throws it across the room. My manager went to them, put the bill back on the table, and said, you'll pay this in full and you will not come back, or we can call the police and you will not come back. After 4 years of dealing with those couples at least twice a month, this was a sweet victory for me. Oh, what a sweet story. The regulars from hell finally said goodbye to their nasty habit of ordering and gorging on all the food, and then demanding discounts and compensation. OP, you're a real hero for standing up to this obsessive couple and making them pay the full bill. Their attempts to cheat the system and get free food by changing orders and finding reasons to complain like fictitious mistakes in cooking are ridiculous. I guess they thought such a trick would work this time, but it didn't work for them. And the way they threw the bill across the room, showing their outrage, and then promptly got a well-deserved response from the manager is a masterpiece. Now maybe they'll realize what real fairness and decency is. And despite their accusations of racism, they themselves were the ones trying to cheat the system and gain advantage at the expense of others. Congratulations on your victory, and I hope now they won't show up at your restaurant again to spoil your mood. The third story is a fun quitting story. Years ago, I worked in a sporting goods store and was the lead, assistant manager, of 3 departments. I was the top salesman in all 3, and 2 of the departments were number 1 in the company and the third was number 2. I had great relationships with my direct boss and everyone else except one guy. We'll call him Sonny, who was my boss's boss. Sonny was one of those people who you just couldn't please, and so I generally avoided him. Anyway, my boss went on vacation and left me to make the schedule, and it became my responsibility from then on. And it was a huge pain in the A. We had college students who were only available certain days, and full-time guys begging for hours, etc. It was a weekly SH show. Finally, I get an idea and called a meeting. I don't care when you can't work. I only want to know when you can. Please fill out this calendar only with available days. I then took and sorted my hours and worked it so that I had coverage to open to close 7 days per week. The only problem was that it would make me be off on weekends, still clocking 50+ hours per week. I showed my boss how it all fit together, and he was fine with it as long as the floors were covered. With boss's approval, the new schedule went into effect. Everybody was happy for several weeks. Overall, sales increased because we had people on the floor at all times. It got to where I was able to just change the dates on the schedule and reposit it, and my crew and I achieved the impossible for retail workers: a set schedule. It was like that for nearly 2 months when one day Sonny wanders over and starts chatting. So on Saturday, I need you to come in early to help set up the sale. The sale's already set up over here and I'm not in on Saturday. What do you mean you're not in? Saturday's an all-hands day. I mean, I'm already at 50 hours, so I don't give an SH. Who said you could take Saturdays off? It's been like that for a while. It's just how the schedule works best for everyone. Not on my watch. You aren't making the schedule anymore and you'll be here on Saturday early. I just shrugged and bit my tongue to keep from punching the guy. I walked back to my department, got my jacket and told the guys I had to go. They assumed I meant to lunch. I walked across the street to the mall and went to a store where I knew the manager. I asked if they needed any help and she said, "Yes, when can you start?" I said I'd call her in an hour. I grabbed some lunch and walked back to the store. I called my boss and Sonny to the office, put in my 2 weeks notice and then informed them I was taking 2 weeks vacation. I went back to the mall and told my new boss I could start right now. It was one of the most satisfying days ever, and it gets better. Sonny tried to throw his weight around the rest of my crew and got nothing but a cascade of resignations. Not from any solidarity with me, but because these were college kids and the D-head was telling them they'd have to make a choice if they wanted to work there. I saw many of them working in different stores in the mall over the next several weeks. When I followed up with my old boss weeks later, he told me that Sonny had been written up for tremendous sales losses and reprimanded for losing half his award-winning crew in the heart of the holidays. Sonny was working open to close 7 days a week to try to catch up. Good. F that guy. And tonight's episode is about Sonny screwing up. I think it's the one where the dumb boss wanted to show who had the power but ended up screwing up. Lost his best employee and then half the staff. Bravo! What a great job. Medal in hand and portrait on the dumbest employees of the month are the reason we're losing money honor board. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.